Good morning, Ultimates Thundercats collectors. It's Super 7 Sundays, and today we're going to unbox and take a closer look at Mumm-Ra in his mummy form. Get him out of the box and take a closer look at him and what accessories Super 7 packed inside his box. Mumm-Ra was part of Wave 1 of the Ultimate Thundercats, and they gave him some really cool accessories. He comes with an additional set of hands, another holding hand, and another grabbing hand. He comes with an interchangeable head. He comes with the closed mouth on, and then down here you have the open mouth version of the head. He also comes with the Book of Omens. Lion-O also comes with the Book of Omens. So, collectors, you end up with two Book of Omens. And he comes with some Treasures of Thundera. This vase-looking treasure and this medallion. He also comes with the Sword of Plundar in its unextended version. He also comes with two other accessories that I can't quite put on screen. Back that up. He comes with his staff that he has in the cartoon. It's black. It would have been nice. I haven't seen the cartoon in a while, so I'm not sure if in the cartoon it was black. I think it might have been more of like a wood color. It's got some nice textures to it. The sculpting of the head of the staff is really nice. There's a lot of detail in it. And just a few things that may have made this pop a little bit more is if where this would be like this is wrapped around here, like some sort of cloth or something, that had some white or off-white paint like the pieces of his cloth wrapping for his mummy. Maybe a wash that may have made some of the details pop a little bit more. But just looking at it the way it is, this looks really cool. And as you can see, it's to scale with Mumm-Ra. And that's one of the things that Super 7 does with the figures is they try to keep them to scale so you don't have all the figures being the exact same height. Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living, the transformed version of Mumm-Ra, he does stand taller than the Thundercats. Captain Cracker and Mumm-Ra, they are shorter than the normal Thundercats. He does come with a rubber material cloak on, and then underneath his packaging, there's a cloth cloak that you can swap and put on him. And the cloak does have, throughout it, there's a thin wire in portions of it, so you can pose the cloak in different positions when it's on him. And even up through the top of it, where his head sticks out, there's wire through there. So you can see with that you can pose the cloth cloak in different ways. And I like that Super 7 adds cloth details like the cloak for Mumm-Ra to the figures, and just doesn't give us, they just don't give us like a rubberized cloak that's going to stay in one position. Now, I did notice taking Mumm-Ra out of the packaging, there are on the bottom of his feet, there are two holes that looks like you can put him on a stand. Now, with this rubberized cloak, as you can see, this is actually what's helping him stand right now. And you won't get a whole lot of movement with his arms or anything with this cloak. So it's a nice touch that they did put the cloth cloak. And if we get him in a little closer, so you can see the head, the details, this is spot on. And I like how the mummy wrapping fabric is coming down outside of it and dangling. So let's put him over here for a second, and let's take a closer look at his open mouth head. The details in this, you can see the teeth, you can see in there, there's no tongue sculpted in, but they did do a paint that it looks like, you know, the inside of a mouth. The wrinkles, you know, the kind of the grimace. And if we look at the top, how they layered the fabric or the material for what he's wrapped in and brought it down. And as you can see right here, how it's sculpted and molded, that it just doesn't look like one continuous piece. It looks like it's multiple pieces hanging. That's a really cool feature. The vase looks really cool. It has detail sculpted into it that makes it stand out in the colorations. It looks really cool. The medallion, I'm sure this could probably, I think this is meant to go on Mumm-Ra or a Thundercat that might have a smaller neck. I'm not sure, but they did some funky art deco here. And I don't remember if that's supposed to be, have the Thundercats emblem at some point, but it kind of gives a cool effect, that little blueness in there. I like that. And the pendant is a hard plastic, and this is kind of a softer plastic, the rest of it. And the Sword of Plundar, the detail in this, supposed to give the impression of like snake heads, but you really can't tell. But the way it's molded, that they're wrapped on one another, that looks really cool. And for the last accessory, the Book of Omens. You got the Thundercats emblem on there, where the numbers for opening it are. Turn it to the side. It's got the spine on it. You know, look at this is what I'm talking about. The attention to detail. And when you look at when you look in there, it might be a little hard to see, but there's actually grooves that look like there's pages in there. What would have made this even cooler is if this was maybe hinged and this opened and you could actually open it, or even if it just unclipped from right here and opened half the way and revealed some writing. I really like this. This is really cool accessories with Mumm-Ra. I'm going to change his head and cloak out and put his staff in and give you guys a 360 look at him so you can get a overall view of him. Before I put the cloth cloak or cape on him, Mumm-Ra's articulation, he's got some really stiff joints. Head spins all the way around. Because of the way his neck is molded, he can look down, he can look up pretty good. There is no torso crunch in him. He does have a waist swivel. The arms are ball jointed. There is no bicep cut. The arms are pivoted. The hands spin and bend. The legs are ball jointed. You're not going to get a whole lot of movement because of the wrap coming down. But the legs are jointed at the knee. And you have, with the feet, front and back, and side to side. And so with his cloak off, you guys can see the detail in this. How they continued the wrap going down his body and coming down. And it's not flat, it's layered. And one of the cool things that they did with this is when you look at the back of his arms, they continued the wrap coming around the back, as you can see. And I really like that. So let me put his cloak on and give him his staff, and we'll get a 360 look at Mumm-Ra. So there you guys have it. There's Mumm-Ra with his cloth cape on, and I did not notice until I went to put it on, they extended the wire around the neck as well as up into the hood. So you can get more posability out of the cloak. And he's holding his staff. He's looking like he's ready to summon the ancient spirits of evil. So he can concoct some sort of plan to get rid of the Thundercats. When you're changing the cloaks out and the heads, you have to take the head off with the cloak. That is the only downfall I see with the figure, but it's not a big downfall. It's just, it's a little tricky getting the head on and off and keeping the cloak there at the same time. But with this one out of the packaging and getting an up-close look at it, I really love it. Super7, amazing job on it. For those of you that have Mumm-Ra from the Ultimates Thundercats line, I hope you love it as much as I do. And for those of you that don't, hopefully after you watch this video, it might change your mind and you'll pick one up. And if you guys like the action figure reviews that I'm bringing to you guys, please remember, click the like, share, and subscribe button. It shows your support my channel. And until the next video, stay safe, stay warm, and be kind.